Hi everyone, my name is Wesley. I am the managing director of Intiman Theater.
My name is Jennifer, and I'm the artistic director of Intiman Theater. And you might hear from Juno, who is our treasurer.
She's the chief doggy in charge, and she will definitely let you know. Intiman is 50 years old.
Me too.
Yes, it's a moment to really reflect and celebrate. At our gala in the fall, we had the founder, Megs Booker, come out and talk with us, and it was just a really incredible moment. We've just had so many milestones this year with the return of Black Nativity and just celebrating the reemergence of such an important company in Seattle. To be part of that has been so special. So thank you all for being there with us. It's time for Share the Love.
It is time to share it.
It is. It's our annual Share the Love spring campaign. And why do we do this campaign, Jen?
Well, shoot. I think it's a really wonderful opportunity to engage with people whose lives we affect at the level that makes sense for them. So it's crowdsourced. It's, what do they call it now? A peer-to-peer campaign where we can kind of just show up for each other in the ways that make the most sense. Sometimes that's financial. Sometimes it's sharing a social reach or sending a message out. Sometimes it's coming to an event or speaking on a panel. But this is really a huge civic engagement campaign that is to raise money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raising funds. This year we're going to be raising $50,000 because, hey, we had to do it 50 for 50. And it really is, it's that opportunity for audiences at every level to engage with the company. So, so often we're like, oh, philanthropy is something that only belongs to a certain few. But this campaign is really built on the idea that a $10 contribution, purchasing a ticket to a special event, or just creating your own video, sharing your own Intiman memory, or resharing a post. Every single engagement is a vote. It's standing up and saying, this company is really important and we want it to be part of Seattle. I told Jennifer I was going to just share a special Intiman memory. When I first moved to Seattle in 2013, I came from New York City, and the very first show that I saw in Seattle, I think it was even maybe like the first week or two after I had moved, was Trouble in Mind at Intiman Theater, directed by Valerie Curtis Newton. And I just remember feeling like excellent theater happens here. It was powerful, and I just felt like, because I was leaving New York kind of begrudgingly, and I was like, oh my God, there's so much incredible talent and story making that's happening in Seattle, and this company is a company that I want to be part of. And I remember thinking that so clearly as the lights came up at the end of the show. I said, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to be part of. And to now have that go full circle and to actually be doing it, now I regret it. No, I'm kidding. But to actually be here and to be bringing the company forward in that next evolution is the honor of a lifetime, honestly.
That's awesome. Sorry, I swore on the camera. My tattoos are from Trouble in Mind.
Yes.
Go further, do better. It's probably switched for you guys in the camera.
We'll mirror it so my face doesn't look weird.
Awesome. Well, I would just want to talk about the role Intiman has sort of like found ourselves in oh, that's your computer.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Over the past 12 or 13 years, as really a vehicle for emergence, for talented young designers, directors, actors, stage managers, our emerging artist program, our Starfish project, now the AA at Central College. But the through line and the joy that I get from being able to not just watch the success of folks that have been mentored, but be able to hire them as peers and design alongside of them. It is just, I mean, you have to stick with something for a long time to get that kind of payoff. And I just, it's still on stage as we're recording this video, The Lower Depths. Ryan Dunn, who was a lighting intern in 2014 on Angels in America, assisting Robert Aguilar and that design team there, just lit this show. And it's the first time I've designed with him.
It was so beautiful.
And it's wonderful. And we were able to sort of bring something forward and talk about it in these like really heady and conceptual terms. And it's just like cultivating the community that you want to employ and work with, right?
Yeah.
And it's awesome that we've been able to do that. I think that's a really integral role that Intiman fills in the ecology of theater here in Seattle.
Yeah, it's like, what kind of city do you want to live in?
Exactly.
And I believe very strongly that Intiman is such a key ingredient for maintaining this city as a city that is an arts city.
Yes.
And to be an art city, you have to have artists and you have to invest in artists at every level, right? And I love that you talked about that emergence, because now, being the professional theater in residence at Seattle Central College, we have taken that even to the next level, where you can come to Intiman and get an AA degree and actually enter into the workforce. That's part of making our city so vibrant. Yeah. So that's a really exciting moment. Now, I'll just say with the Share the Love campaign, it's going to run basically all of March, and Wednesdays in March, on Wednesdays at the Erickson Theater, we have 3 really great events. I'll just run through them really quickly, and Jennifer, jump in with like little descriptors if you want to add them. We have, the first one is Gorky and Chekhov, Theater as Revolution. And Gorky wrote The Lower Depths and was a sort of like protege of Chekhov. And it really investigates, it's going to be a conversation investigating the sort of like political times in Russia that were happening, and how this play changed the conversation in an extremely controversial way, brought to the stage the people that they didn't want to believe even existed.
Yep.
And we have Misha Bursan is going to be hosting. Gavin Reed, the director of The Lower Depths, is in it. Going to be there. We have Mark Jenkins. Yeah, it's going to be an incredible panel.
I think Julie's coming too.
Julie couldn't make it.
Oh, ding dang. Cut that out.
Rah, Julie! And then the following Wednesday, March 20th, we have a play reading of My Name is Rachel Corey. And Rachel Corey was actually from Washington State.
Olympia, yeah.
And she was actually killed by a bulldozer in Israel, Palestine. I believe she was, in Gaza. She was trying to protest them demolishing a home. And it's a really powerful story. It's going to be directed by Caitlin McIntyre. And, it's extremely timely. This is one of the things that we see a lot with theater. Unfortunately, some of these stories are just as timely now as when they were written. And this story is over 20 years old. Yeah. So it's very sad. And then we're going to have an amazing panel afterwards. What's some of the panel going to be about?
We have Jesse Roth from Jewish Voice for Peace joining us. We have Gabriel Teodros. He's a musician, activist, local here to Seattle. And Hala, who's a Palestinian weaver, does community weaving as sort of community healing. And then that's going to be moderated by Farheen Ahmed, who's one of our board members.
And y'all are going to be talking about...
Oh, and I'm going to be on it.
Yeah, and you're going to be on it. And so you can come here, Jennifer, and they're going to be talking about the role of the arts in changing the conversation, and how do we respond locally to global issues. It's something I struggle with a lot, and something Jennifer and we talk about this all the time. It's like, what is the role of theater, and how do we use the arts to not only change our city but to change the world? So that's going to be a dynamic conversation. I know it's something we're all thinking about a lot with everything going on in Palestine. The final event is going to be celebrating Langston Hughes. And of course, Langston Hughes wrote Black Nativity, which is an iconic piece that Intiman's been producing for years and has brought it back. And that panel is going to have Valerie Kearse-Newton, the director. Vivian Phillips is going to host it.
Yes.
We have some incredible folks who are going to be joining us for that conversation. So be sure to come out. I've been blabbering on, but it's like, how can you be part of this campaign? You can make one of these videos and share an Intiman memory with us. We would love to hear your memories. Why is Intiman important to you? Why?
Why? Actually, why?
Yeah. You can buy a ticket and come to one of these events that we just talked about. And of course, you can make a donation, help us reach our goal, $50,000 for Intiman's 50th. I don't think we have really anything else to share. What else should we say?
We don't know anything else.
Yeah, well, maybe we should stop talking.
We've run through all our knowledge.
or I should stop talking.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.